Hi there, it's March 26th and time for Proverbs 26. Let's jump over there and we'll get into it. Some of these are beginning to be a lot more familiar to me now. Even stuff that tripped me up before that I can now explain. Okay, let's start. Like snow in summer or rain in harvest, so honor is not fitting for a fool. Right. Pretty basic, huh? Like a sparrow in its flitting, like a swallow in its flying, a curse that is causeless does not alight or land or come to pass, right? Cursing at the air doesn't do any good. Now, these guys back then really like to beat their fools, you know? I don't know if we should still do that or not, but a whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the back of fools. Now, these two right here, I couldn't understand them. It took some studying to make these two make sense to me, because you had to go back to the original and see how they changed it, you know. And it's best over here in the New International Version, which is an exact word-for-word translation of the Bible, one of the most accurate made. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest you be like him yourself. And then it says right below it, answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. And I'm like, wait a minute. It says, don't answer him, and then it says, answer him. But if you look over here, do not answer a fool according to his folly or his foolishness, or you will also be like him. Answer a fool as his foolishness deserves, that he may not be wise in his own eyes. Okay? So, when we put these two together, it says, if somebody's standing on the street saying, I am an alien, I am from Andromeda, and I am here to do, and if you play into that, oh, you're an alien, well, show me some proof, show me this, show me that, and you know, you play into it, then you become just like him. This is where sarcasm comes in. I love sarcasm, right? You answer him according to his folly. So if somebody says, I am an alien, and I am the king of Andromeda, you come back and say, and I am the chief of police, and you better not have parked your spaceship illegally, or it will be towed to the impound lot, and you'll have to pay to get it back. Okay? Just make him sound even more stupid, you know, and there's a bunch of... It's a matter of practicing wit and being able to answer them as their foolishness deserves, you know, to make them sound even more stupid. Okay. You know, somebody says, I painted the sky blue, and he said, well, you missed a spot over there. Yeah. So, yeah, those two are together but separate. Okay. Don't play into their claims, but answer them as their foolishness. Give it a foolishness answer it deserves. Okay. You know, I'm the king of England, right? Okay, 6. He who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. Right. You gotta remember, back then they had no social media, they had no mail, they had no communications. They sent messengers back and forth. You tell so-and-so such and such, you know. And if you send an idiot, you know, and he gives the wrong message, it could get you in a lot of trouble. Or you didn't send fools to send messages, okay? You didn't. 7. Like a lame man's legs which hang useless is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Got that? These things weren't meant for fools, okay? There are some people that will just never get it. Okay? I'm sorry for those people, but there are some people that will just never get it. And this whole thing is about that. Like one who binds the stone in the sling, means tying the stone into your slingshot so you can't fire it, is he who gives honor to a fool. There's a lot of fools now getting honor, isn't there? You can see where that's going. Like a thorn that goes up in the hand of a drunkard is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Or try to get a sticker out. Like an archer who wounds everybody is he who hires a passing fool or a drunkard. Right? Yeah. Uncertain. It says it's uncertain. The Hebrew is uncertain on that one. What's it say in the word for word? Like an archer who wounds everyone, so is he who hires a fool or who hires those who pass by. Yeah. Don't you hire just anybody, okay? Like a dog that returns to his vomit is a fool that repeats his folly or foolishness. That's kind of gross, isn't it? Do you see a man who is wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Right. There are some people out there that think they know everything, okay? They think they know everything. And you know what happens? When someone thinks they know everything, you cannot teach them anything. Okay? And we all know people like that. You can't tell them anything because they know everything. You know? And, 80% of the stuff they know is wrong, but you can't tell them otherwise. And you can see how he feels about fools here. So, there's more hope for a fool than somebody who thinks they know everything. Good one. The sluggard says there's a lion in the road and there's a lion in the streets and I'll get eaten. Yeah, some people are, I'm not going out there, it's scary. All right. As the door turns on its hinges, so does a sluggard on his bed. Doors, they move, but they never go anywhere, okay? Lazy people. On their bed, they flip over, but they never go anywhere. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. It wears him out to bring it back to his mouth. They're so lazy, they won't even feed themselves. The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can answer discreetly. The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can give a discreet answer. Return discreetly. That's strange, huh? Yeah. Got an excuse for everything. 17. He who meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ears. Right. You know what this means? Mind your own business, right? Mind your own business. Right? You see 2 people arguing, it has nothing to do with you? That's got nothing to do with you, okay? "18, like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I am only joking." This has always been very, very important to me, okay? Words never go away. Words hurt. If you say something to hurt somebody, they will never, ever forget that. And you can't say, oh, it's just kidding, just getting to laugh, No. Okay? Doesn't work. I never like these comedians that'll pick somebody out of the audience and just tear them apart and belittle them and make them sound stupid. And it's like, just to get a laugh. And, they're never going to forget that. That's just, it's mean, okay? Like a madman with a gun, just shooting indiscriminately. Okay? You can't say something and then say I was only kidding because the words have already been said. So don't say them. Keep your mouth shut, okay? Never joke around like that with somebody's feelings. 20, for lack of wood a fire goes out, and where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. Now, you know what a whisperer is, right? It's a gossip. Okay? They call that gossip. Okay? For lack of wood, the fire goes out. And where there is no gossiper, quarreling ceases. Okay? Keep stuff to yourself. That's the Lord finds that gossip an abomination. And that's one of the things that goes on in the church. Okay? Did you hear what so-and-so did? Okay? You're spreading it around. Same as here. Words hurt. Okay? Let the fire go out with you. Did you hear what so-and-so did? I don't want to hear what so-and-so did. Unless so-and-so decides to tell me themselves, and then I will keep it to myself. But I don't want to hear it from you. Sorry. Have a nice day. We love you. Okay? Then it stops. 21. As charcoal to hot embers and wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome man for kindling strife. All right, what's it say? Like charcoal and hot embers to wood fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. Yeah, contentious. Quarrelsome, right? Somebody who likes to argue. Okay. We all know those kind of people too. Love to argue about everything. They just want to argue. 22. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down to the innermost parts of the body. Okay? That goes along with this up here. The words of a gossip are like delicious morsels. They go to the inner parts of the body. Gossip is extremely addicting. Okay? They've made billion-dollar industry on it. The billion-dollar industry? Reality television. It's gossip. It's getting into somebody else's business that you have nothing to do with. The drama. Okay? The drama, because it makes your life seem more stable if you see somebody else's drama. But that's gossip. Okay? And it's like delicious morsels that go to the inner parts of the body. It is very addicting. Okay? And it's hard to break that pattern. Once you like listening to the gossip, and the gossip columnists and the reality TV and the news that has nothing to do with you. So-and-so did such and such, and this is happening to them. It has nothing to do with you. If it's about your representatives, your congressmen, your senators, your mayors, your politicians, that is your business, and it is your business to get into that business, okay, and see what they're doing. But as far as other people doing stuff, he did this in private, and look how stupid he is. That's just gossip. Okay? Better off just turning off your television altogether. Right? I turned my television off like 8 years ago, and I have never regretted it. 23. Like the glaze covering an earthen vessel are smooth lips with an evil heart. Right. Smooth lips with an evil heart. Right. Don't be fooled by the suit, okay? There are cheap clay garbage, and you cover it with beautiful glaze and pictures, dip it in gold, and inside is just junk. Okay? It's just junk. Okay? People are like that too. He's some evil person wearing a $1,000 suit and got a fancy haircut and good looking, like a lot of these celebrities. And they have evil hearts and evil intentions in there. And they do things that we won't talk about on a Bible study. Horrible, awful things. But they're pretty and everybody likes them, and they talk smooth. Okay? It's just like a glaze on a clay pot. 24. He who hates dissembles with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. He who hates disguises it with his lips, but he lays up deceit in his heart. inward part. Dissembles means disguises it. Right. And we know people who pretend to like and love everybody, but truly inside they hate them. And they store all that up inside. Okay, all that hate. Like these, just say like George Soros or Klaus Schwab, these people that want to rule the world, And they lie with their lips, but inside they hate. They just hate everybody. Stay away from people like that, too. Hey, there's more. There's a semicolon here, so we'll start that again. He who hates, lies with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Another semicolon. Though his hatred be covered with guile, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. So, these 3 verses go together. Okay? And I talked about this before I read them. So, he who hates disguises it with his lips, but he lays up deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred covers itself with guile, his wickedness will be revealed before the assembly. Sooner or later, these guys' wickedness will be revealed before the assembly, for Congress, for Parliament, for the meetings in church. Okay? There are all levels of these people. Small to great. And they will be exposed. Okay? 27, he who digs a pit will fall into it, and a stone will come back upon him who starts it rolling. Right? You set a trap for somebody, you're going to be trapped yourself. And 28, a lying tongue hates its victims, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Right? A lying tongue. A flattering mouth. People that lie and flatter you just to ruin you. Plenty of that around, huh? So there you go. That's Proverbs 26. Getting towards the end again. Okay, we highlighted stuff in here. The 2 verses that had me going for a while. Answer not a fool according to his foolishness, lest you be like him yourself. But answer a fool according to his foolishness, lest he be wise in his own eyes. Give him a foolish answer, okay? If a foolish person says something foolish, say something foolish back. Just to make him know, just to make him and everybody else knows how stupid he really sounds, okay? Don't argue with him and saying, that's not right because such and such. You can't, a stupid person or a fool, you can't, facts aren't going to do it, okay? Because they don't listen to facts because they're fools. You have to say something even more foolish. And, talk just, I'm so-and-so, and I am the King of England, okay? Something that's foolish and makes him sound stupid. Here we highlighted 7. Like a lame man's legs which hang looses is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Right. Right. Fools will never learn. We highlighted 12. Do you see a man wise in his own eyes? There's more help for a fool than for him. Now, after all this talk about how foolish fools are and how stupid they are and how they can never learn and you can't teach them anything, because fools are fools and they're horrible. And then they say, do you see a man who's wise in his own eyes? Somebody who thinks they know everything? There is more hope for a fool than for him. All these people that they said there's absolutely no hope for. Well, that kind of tells you about what he thinks about people that think they know everything when they really don't know anything. We highlighted 17. It's just good advice. He who meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ear. Okay, that dog's going to bite you. Right? Stay out of a quarrel that's not yours, okay? It's not your argument. Stay out of it, okay? Now, I'm not saying if a man's beating on a woman, somebody needs to step in, okay? Men should not beat on women, okay? You should not, you need to help out the poor and people that are weak. But you're still going to get bit, okay? We highlighted 18 and 19. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death. It's like a madman shooting a gun indiscriminately. Is a man who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. Okay? Nothing should ever come out of your mouth where you have to follow it up with, I was only joking. Just kidding. No, you don't kid like that. Ever. Okay, let's talk about gossip. 20 and 22. For lack of wood, a fire goes out, and where there is no gossiper, quarreling ceases. Okay? Don't be a gossiper. Let it end with you. If you're in that chain of people telling the rumors too, if it stops with you, the fire goes out. The words of a gossiper are like delicious morsels that go down into the innermost parts of the body. It's like drugs. Okay? Very addicting. And a gossiper is like a drug dealer. Hey, try this. Maybe you should think of it like that. You should think of somebody telling you gossip like a drug dealer. You're a drug dealer. Gossip is a drug. It's very addicting. And you need to just get away from it. Okay? Read your Bible. If you're missing, I gotta watch reality TV. I gotta see what's going on in somebody else's life. Read your Bible. Pick up a book, And we highlighted 23. Like the glaze covering an earthen vessel are smooth lips with an evil heart. Right. And that kind of goes with this one below it. Like a $1,000 suit on a worthless killer are smooth lips with an evil heart. Okay. He who hates dissembles with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart, and when he speaks graciously, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, though his hatred be covered by guile. Let's look that up. Guile. Sly or cunning intelligence. Right. Though his hatred is covered with sly or cunning intelligence, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Right. At some point, his wickedness will all come out. Okay. Yeah. And we highlighted 28. A lying tongue hates his victims, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Right. Don't flatter people. Don't lie to them. It's simple. Works ruin. So there you have it. That's Proverbs 26. That was interesting. Lots of good stuff in there. There's always lots of good stuff in there. Right? So there you have it. We're almost done with this again, and then we'll read it in another version next month. There's 4 days left, 5 days left. So, and there are 31 days in March, so we will get through the whole thing and then start over again. So there you have it. That's Proverbs for today, 26 for March 26th. Stay tuned later for Through the Bible in a Year, where they're cutting up all of the properties and giving them to the tribes. And I gotta admit, it's a long read that I'm not good at. All the names of places that I can't pronounce, but we'll get through it. We want to read the whole Bible in a year. So stay tuned for that. Give us a like if you think about it. But until later on, see you next time. Stay humble. Stay quiet. See ya.